I fell asleep on the couch again. I should have gotten more rest. I'll need to be my best. It's finally happening. A family picture from last year. My son and daughter are smiling in it. Oh. No, I can't face talking to her right now. Besides, I have something important to do first. Hello. Hello, Miss Patris? Yes, I understand. I'm sorry to bother. He's so late at night. It's hard to explain. Could I come in? For a minute? Oh. Oh, we're dragging a body. It must have been her. I always knew she was lying when she said she didn't know. He had left the house. How couldn't she know? Well, into the water she goes. Pond scum swirls on the surface as the ripples fade. I stare into the whirling pattern. The grim bubbles and begins to speak. Not correct. What? No, that can't be right. It had to have been her. Who else could it have been? The scum says nothing. I have to go home and reconsider. Okay, so we killed her for no reason, and the pond talks. Alright. I look at the newspaper clipping on the table. The investigation into the drowning of E. Myers, a local 6-year-old boy. Closed today. There is no evidence that this is anything other than a tragic accident, said the chief of police, K. Hawthorne. Our thoughts are with his family at this selfish, difficult time. Myers was being watched by his babysitter, C. Patris, when he disappeared from his family house. His body was found in a nearby pond on the morning of... I can't bear to read it again. Okay. I can't think. I just need to rest some more. Now that I've slept on it, I can see my mistake. It wasn't the babysitter, so someone must have tricked him into sneaking out of the house while she wasn't looking. There was that homeless man who appeared in the neighborhood the week before. I never liked the look of him. I always thought he was too nice to the kids. He probably offered candy or a toy. That sicko must still be around here somewhere. Well, back out to do another murder. I need something for dealing with him before I leave. The wrench is heavy in my hand. Good. Oh, there's the phone again. Not this again. I don't have the time for this. I need to find this guy first. I recognize this tent. That stain along the side. He must be near here. You. Do you remember me? I said, do you remember me? Well, down to the river we go. The world will be better without him. The body vanishes beneath the surface. A slimy skin of algae settles back over the gap left behind. The scum complains as it swirls. Not correct. No, that can't be. I can't have missed something again. Please, please, you're the only one who saw what happened. Who put my son's body in the pond? Who killed him? Just tell me. The scum says nothing. The silt settles back into the dark water in the pond. Growls silent. I have to go back home and think. If it wasn't him, then who could it have been? My head hurts. I need to rest some more. I don't know what to do now. Not this again. I pick up the phone. My daughter's voice comes down the line. Dad? I wanted to see how you were doing. You didn't answer the last few times I called. Sorry, I've just been busy. Oh. I can hear in her voice that she doesn't believe me. I ask her how things are at her mother's. Fine, Dad. She sounds tired. How have you been feeling? I'm fine. I don't need anyone worrying about me. I hear her take a shaky breath. I'm worried about you. Mom's worried about you. I wanted to make sure you weren't obsessing over things again. An obsession? How could she call it that? I can't help it. I start to yell. Doesn't she want closure for what happened to her brother? She starts to cry. No one killed him, Dad. He snuck outside because he wanted to play and he slipped on the rocks. He hit his head on the side of the pond and drowned. Please, Dad, please stop with all of this. I can barely speak. I can't believe even she would turn on me like this. There must have been someone responsible. There has to be someone to blame. Even the police ruled it as an accident, she pleads. It was a horrible accident, Dad. That's all. Even the police. Her words echo in my mind. I have to go. Wait, Dad. I hung up. The police ruled it as an accident, but who better to cover up a murder than the police? The officer in charge of the case. I never liked him. He was too eager to close the investigation. Didn't want to consider any suspects. Now that I see it, the pieces all fall into place. I can still fix this. I still have time. I just need to prepare. You're gonna take on a cop with a wrench? That doesn't sound like the best idea. Oh, not a wrench this time. The kitchen knife. The knife is dull, but it will do the job. Probably not. Officers usually carry guns. Oh, Officer Hawthorne. What a coincidence running into you here. No, I'm just out for a walk. Well, I'm here. I wanted to ask you something about the case. No, I know I should go to the station, but it's just a small thing. Please. All right, I understand. I'll go in tomorrow. Well, that was easier than expected. It's okay, son. Soon it will all be over. It was him, I'm sure of it. It has to be. The splash is larger than the others. Drops splatter on my arms as I stare into the spiraling green. Not correct. No, I can't have been wrong again. I grip the railing so hard it hurts. Why wouldn't you just tell me who killed him? Why did you make me do all of this? The scum says nothing. I only wanted justice so my son could finally be at peace. Why couldn't you just let me have that? The scum says nothing. I killed 3 people for you, for him, and I'm still not any closer to finding out who killed them. The algae swirls and bubbles. Their bodies start to decompose. Tomorrow the first will float to the surface. No, please. There wasn't enough time. I'll be caught once the bodies are found. I'll never get revenge for what happened to him. My mind races. Who else could it have been, if not those there? I think back on what my daughter said, but it can't have been an accident. It can't. I killed 3 people for this. My son is dead and I killed 3 people. And none of it meant anything. How am I supposed to live like this? The scum at the surface of the pond forms a mouth, dark and open and hungry. There is always room for one more. Made in 9 days for the Nokia 3310 Game Jam. Exactly 30 years ago, on August 23rd, 1964, the director of horror film Nightmare at the Lake was brutally murdered during filming in one of the most shocking cases of on-set violence ever recorded. The film Nightmare at the Lake was being shot on the shores of a secluded lake, a perfect setting for its dark storyline. However, what the crew didn't know was that the horror would become reality. In the early hours of the morning, a man armed with a gun stormed the setup and, in a sudden attack, shot the director, George Pools, who died before medical assistance could arrive. The killer was identified as Jason Wells, who has been arrested just hours after the incident and was sentenced to life in prison for premeditated murder. Instead, it has sent in more revolutionary guards to put down protests, but the guards did not show up during this hour. Some arrests were made later. Now, Western journalists are no longer cover stories and debris. Local officials who were appointed by the central government says that Western reporters lie about what's going on here. I didn't remember it being so long ago. Seems like it was yesterday. We were both beginning actors. Everything seemed like a dream, our cinema debut. But everything quickly turned into a damn nightmare. August 23rd, 1964, 11:18 p.m. Damn, there's a tree in the way. What do we do now, George? Let's move on. We don't have much time to do this reboot. We've gone too far to stop now. Okay, sir. This place is really scary. Well, before the fine's away. Meanwhile, I'm take a dump. There must be a public restroom around here. Good luck. Well... Oh. This explains the tree on the road, but who and why would have done this? Could it have been the ranger? Well, whoever did it is strong as hell. Alright, let's jump over this log. I wasn't paid for this. Somebody needs to tune their radio. I'm hearing a noise coming from... Is it a radio? Hey, is there anyone here? Guess not. Shit, there's probably no one here. There must be a way to break this chain. I hope this is worth it. I think these might work. Oh, pliers might work. Okay. Who's that? What's going on here? We were talking to the forest ranger. He's going to let us in to record. Where the hell were you, Will? I was looking for a way in, George. And the way would be breaking in? We're not thieves. I'm sorry, George. Where were you? For a stranger? I was on patrol. Well, let's get moving. Time's a-passing. Aren't you going in? I will.